But basically, is this thing streaming yet? This thing never starts when I start it. There's an item load in the top right of the screen, as you can see up there. I can only hold 30,000 items. I say only as a joke because, honestly, holding 30,000 items in itself is the biggest joke of any game. RPGs, I just find it hilarious. But anyway, reality aside, 30,000 items is how much I can hold. And surprisingly, with all my farming that I do, I've cut back quite a bit. Because I used to be, I'd grab anything I saw in front of me. And now, things like pine cones or mint, I don't know if I'm ever going to need. This is my advice on how to reduce your item load without deleting things. And let's just start with the weapons. This is a minimal amount of items for me to worry about, but essentially anything that are whites and greens, just infuse them into blues. Anything that are blues that you see, like this one here, I've already got this one as a level 5, but if you have any weapons that you can enhance into themselves, basically, to reduce item load, you can do that. Take, for example, this club here. It's a good club. I think I might use it on another Claymore user. So let's just take this one here. Let's say I click on it, and I go down to Refine. Select Material. Now, in here, I guess because it's equipped on my one character, you can't see the level 5. But if you have any in here that are already leveled up, if you're seeing a bunch of items and you're like, I don't know how many of these items I have. I don't know if I have any that are already level 5. Should I infuse them? Should I get rid of them? Whatever. Well, I don't see any 5s here, so it's currently equipped on another character. But to reduce the overall load, you'd click on this one here, and you would refine it. And this is small potatoes kind of stuff. I'm going to get to the big stuff in a minute here. But you can start with the weapons, and you can just refine anything that you want to reduce the load on in terms of this area. In this, you haven't deleted anything. You've made stuff better, and you've increased your overall space for carry. Now this is a really good weapon, that's why I'm doing this as an example, but I'm not going to focus on this area too much, because again, there's not much in here in the first place. But let's say you go to these spears, right? You see I've already got this 5 spear, and it's not equipped on anything. If I were to go, I don't know how many of these spears I have, I don't know if I've already refined them, you can go into the item, you can go into Refine, and as you can see, I've already done 2 of these to level 5. So anything beyond that, these ones, I can use them to just burn. And when I say burn, let me give an example. So I've got 2 of these spears already. I don't know if I'll ever need more. I'm trying to be cautious because as I get more characters, especially ones that use spear, I want to be cautious. But let's say I were to use, I got 2 of these Favonius lances. Let's say I were to go into this crescent spike, right? I can click on it. I can go, I guess I need to send that. That's not one I can use as an example. Good grief. Let's just say I picked this one here, the Favonius Lance, and I go to Enhance. That blue one I was showing you, that I already had 2 5s of, I can go in here, and I can just pick all the blues I want, and then enhance it, basically. That will reduce my item load, help other weapons that need it, and I still got this 5 one here, so I'm not, any loss. So again, that's one way to do it with the weapons. Moving on, artifacts. This one's a big deal. If you hit a lot of chests like I do, or you do a lot of activities, you start to get overwhelming amount of artifacts. Especially, as you can see, I got blues just to no end. Whites, greens. Come in here, take the time, do some research on your characters on YouTube or Reddit or wherever, on how you want to build them, what stats you should focus on. You're going to have to do it character by character or team-based characters to understand how to do it, because it's nothing simple where I can say, oh, keep this item but get rid of this item. It doesn't work that way. This game is set up to where you have to know your characters, know their talents, know their abilities, and then build them accordingly with the artifacts and the sets. So that's what you need to do, and if you keep up on that, this will reduce your load quite a bit in this category. But this is still not the easiest way to reduce your load and the fastest way. I'm getting to that pretty soon here. Moving on, as you can see, we've got all these items here. That's one of the areas I'm going to tell you how to reduce your load. As you can see, I've got like 290 of this heavy horn, and I've got, where's the next great number down here? I've got 475 of the Whopper Flower Nectar. A lot of those quantities, as you can see, in areas where I might never use these anymore, especially as you got all your characters leveled up. Oh, jeez, I almost forgot. Look at this one. Slime Condensate. That's a ridiculous number. Now, moving on to the meals. Focus on the meals that you would use the most. For example, I'm going to use this one probably the most because it's my best meal. So I would go into this item, and for details, let's see, does it even show here? Ah, it's not going to show me what to use. So you'd have to go to a crafting, not crafting, but a cooking table. Where is one here? It's over here. So we'd have to go to cook, wherever it is to cook, campsite, whatever. Go down here, and if I were to cook this thing, the ingredients it requires me are ham, crab, shrimp, and matsutake mushrooms. As you can see, I've got a ton of shrimp, a ton of crab. Well, I shouldn't say a ton, but I got a lot of mushrooms and a lot of shrimp. So what you want to do is you want to go into your meals, and you want to focus on the ones that you're planning on using the most, and then ignore the rest. Or you can make a ton of the lower level ones too. But one of the easiest ways to reduce your overall load is just to go cook up a ton of meals, because there's a lot of ingredients you got that are just sitting there you're not using. And if you go do this, you're going to reduce the overall load quite a bit. Now in the beginning, I didn't worry about the load so much, and so I was just willy-nilly going and collecting everything I got my hands on, and before I knew it, I ended up having a ridiculous amount of my load taken up by the cooking materials. Now, I initially would say on my streams, you know, store up 500 of milk, store up 500 of wheat and all this stuff, and it's good to still do that. It's honestly good to still do that, because having those ingredients on hand is very, very important. However, if you're getting close to your load limit, start going in and start converting those materials. Actually, going back to the cooking station, let me go that as well. Go here and start condensing some of those materials. Like, for example, I've got over 500 wheat. So if I want to have a certain amount of wheat on hand, I can go in here and I can go, let's say I'm just going to cook up 60. Let's say 60. I'm going to convert 60 of wheat into flour. Now, I've reduced my overall load just by doing that. I'm going to get, obviously, more of the flour back, but that's more of an exchange one. So that one didn't really reduce the overall load. Ones that will reduce overall load is like this one here. I'm going to use salt and 3 fowl meat. That's going to give me smoked ham, and for each smoked ham, I'm getting rid of 3 fowl meat and 1 salt from the look of it. Butter, that one's going to condense my milk. I forgot 208 butter. I've got a ton of stuff in here. So what you want to do, this one didn't really help. This one just converted it from one to the other. You want to go into ones that have multiple items required to make stuff, like the ham. It's going to take a lot of meat and salt. This one, it's going to take 2 of the flours there to make the sugar. Let's just make some of those. I'm starting to get maxed out on the flours here. Let's say I'm going to make 52 of the sugar. So come in here. I'm getting back the sugar, but I've also gotten rid of quite a bit of flours and reduced my overall load. So this is the mentality you want to have, basically, to reduce the overall load without having to delete items. And I gotta see something here. I just gotta see really quick on pine cones. So mint and pine cones, what exactly do those make? That uses mint. Oh, this controller thing. Okay. It's going all over the place. What exactly? I guess I wonder if I could go to mint itself and see what it is used to make, instead of having to go through like this. Probably could have done that. Did I even go past pine cones yet? I'm going to look specifically. There's pine cones. Okay, so this one takes 2 pine cones. It's not even the... Is it the best one? It's not bad. That's not a bad meal, actually. Other ones are probably better. But that only takes 2 pine cones? So see, if you were in a crunch, and that one takes mint, but not much. That one takes 2 mint. If you were in a crunch and you did have to delete items, I would say the items to focus on are ones that are so plentiful that you have a ridiculous amount of all the time, and you come across all the time. Pine cones is not quite as bad as mint, but man, mint. I have just ridiculous amounts of mint, and it's not even used in some of the higher end meals from the look of it. So that's something I could definitely go and reduce the number of mint. I'll show what I'm talking about here. When I get to the point where I need the space and I absolutely have to have it, I'm going to go here to mint, and I'm going to go destroy, and you can destroy like 100 of them at a time, it looks like. Or no. Where's quantity? Can I even destroy quantity? That one has me concerned. I don't want to get rid of all my mint. Can you destroy quantity on that? Okay, so you can select quantity. Down there at the bottom left, it looks like. And you can go maximum. Okay, so you can adjust it singly, or you can go all the way up to the entire amount. Okay, we're not doing that, but I tested it for you. A little bit nervous there, because I don't want to have to go start gathering up mint again, even though it's everywhere. But anyway, so you can do it by small numbers, or you can do it in large quantities. Now, the biggest, easiest way that I think to reduce and not delete anything is to go to the crafting table. If you come in here and you go to items that you see that are white, scroll down on the left side. Start with the white items first. That's what I would recommend. See if I can find one that's white here. Okay, the slime condensate. That's one I was going to talk about. Or the condensate here. Where's the regular green slime stuff? Ah, here we go. See how I've got 857 of that regular slime? What's it even called? It's slime condensate. I don't need 853 slime condensate. That is insane. So, pick your character if you got a bonus, which so far I only know of Sucrose being that. Go in here, and let's just, good grief. This part sucks because you gotta select it singly from the look of it. Oh man, this sucks. Come on. Let's get rid of 150 of it. Let's just do that. Let's just get rid of 150. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to do 150 with sucrose. Leaves me with 400 still of that. We got some bonus there on top of it all. And that's by far the easiest way to get rid of your load is to do what I just did there. Am I streaming on Twitch too? No, I probably should start using Twitch actually. Sorry. The thing about Twitch is I try to put out things that are like guides and stuff instead of just having people watch me. I guess I've always been the kind of person that's like, well, I appreciate you watching me, but why aren't you playing the game? I'd rather you went and played the game and enjoyed it. I try to put out stuff to help people, more of a guide kind of thing, and then I'm hoping people just play. But maybe I should start Twitch streaming at least once a week just so people can see how I play and kind of everything I do. But anyway, I've still got 407 of this slime condensate. That's still a ridiculous amount. Let's get rid of some more of that. Oh, it looks like it keeps your previous number. Or it maxed it out. That's interesting. Let me back out here. How did I do that? Or I somehow maxed it out. Either kept previous amount or it maxed it out. Alright, forget the slime for now. Point is I converted it. Now the shimmering nectar. So here's another way to reduce the load. Got a ton of shimmering nectar. Make sure you always select the right character too. Got sucrose there. Let's do half on this one as well. I'll just do half. And part of it is I don't know what I need the shimmering nectar for exactly. It says weapon enhancement material on the left there. I don't know if I'll ever need that in the future. I don't want to get rid of it all. But if you have the need to quickly reduce your overall load, come here, look at any of the white stuff, and just convert it. And then you can even do a step up from that. Got some bonus there. And you can go to the greens, or sorry, the blues, and you can convert them, the greens into the blues and such. So this one here, I've cut a ton of those green horns, right? So let's go and convert them. Let's take half of these. And let's see, it's 45 here. Let's convert those. And sucrose again, best character it looks like. And we'll convert those. And it doesn't take much more for this either, luckily. Not much at all. Okay, so we got an extra horn out of that. So, after doing all that, and now looking at my overall load, I was at over 27,000 when I started this video. Hold on here, wrong button. Wrong ring menu. I have now reduced myself by almost 1,000 load. That's actually not that much. I got some work to do. I got to prioritize things, but it did help. And one of the easiest ways is doing the alchemy there. And then if you have to, come in here and go in berries. What do I even use berries for? I guess it won't show me the recipes, sadly, but I could go from here into the recipes, and I guarantee you most of them aren't going to use many berries probably, or I wouldn't have that many on hand, especially the higher tier ones I use. So I'm probably going to go in here and reduce my mint down to like 500 and just delete it, and the berries and such. Those are the easiest ways, fastest ways to reduce the load without having to worry about all the other stuff. Because I was out in the wild the other day, I got artifacts to drop, white ones, and artifacts are probably the most valuable thing. Never, ever, ever delete artifacts, ever. Go delete the other stuff I showed you, or go to the crafting table and convert stuff, but never delete artifacts. The only way to level up higher artifacts is with lower artifacts. That's it. There is nothing else you can do except farm artifacts to level up higher artifacts, and artifacts are probably the key thing in the game to making your character more powerful. Everybody, if they don't know it, it's not the weapon, it's the artifacts. You could have a white weapon, and the artifact will still make you powerful if you have the right artifacts. That's facts. It's crazy, but that's just... So never delete artifacts. Anyway, I hope this helps. That's pretty much my advice. I tend to draw things out a little too long, so I'm trying to cut myself off here. But I think I've covered everything that needs to be said. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.